Hi, everyone. It's Cricket Barrientos, Sounds of Autism, and I'm here today with Miss Isabella Smith. She is living life on a spectrum. Hi, Isabella. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Cricket. Um,
Awesome. Tell me
yeah.
a little bit about you. How old are you? Tell me when your birthday is, because I know that's coming up.
Um, I am 11 years old, almost 12, and my birthday is September 28th.
Oh my gosh. Isabella, over the summer, some really big things happened with your family. I wanted you to share with other kids, just in general, girls that are almost teenagers, preteens. And I want you to also share with kids that might be living on the autism spectrum and may have some struggles with change, right? And so I would love
Yeah.
for you to just kind of share. You ended up doing a couple things during the summer, and I want you to tell people what happened and how did that make you feel?
Well, during the summer, I moved to Prescott, and it's been a very drastic change for me, because I'm so used to living in, well, a big city, where I have a lot of things like Dave and Buster's, and a lot of that fun stuff. But here we don't have as much stuff, and it's just been like a really drastic change. Um, about school, well, just moving into a new school, I've been having trouble feeling like, well, maybe I don't belong or something because, um, like I'm learning all these new things in my school and I don't know what to think about it. And it's really interesting. Really, it is. And yeah.
When I was your age, I was actually 10. I had to move from a small town to a big city. And that was a drastic change too, because when I went to school, the school I used to go to had like everybody had their own classroom and you went classroom to classroom. And in this school, they had like an open classroom. So you could see kids in all the different classes. You just stood in the middle of the school and you could see everybody. And it was really hard because I would hear a teacher talking about something over here or listening over there. And to keep focused on your teacher, it was hard because you're looking at everybody, you're talking to everybody. And I like to communicate. So unfortunately, I always got in trouble for talking too much.
Yeah, I
But
like to communicate too, and that's one of my problems, but I'm currently working on it. Um, I had my IEP talk a little while ago, so yeah.
and how did that go?
I would say it went pretty good. Um, we talked about my issues and what I'm good at and how I could improve, and I was willing to listen to that.
That's very good, Isabella. And you know what I think is really cool is that your mom included you in the IEP because everybody talks about Isabella in a room, but Isabella doesn't always know what they're saying. And so for you to do what their hopes are and their expectations are is so much easier when you just get to hear it for yourself and then it gives you time to process the information and then you will be able to meet the expectation that people have for you, right?
Right.
So what was harder, starting a new school or moving to a new home?
I would say probably moving to a new home because it was just so hard to like pack and stuff, and it was so hard to like go to a new environment that I didn't know about, and I'm like, "Mom, can I have my birthday party at Dave& and Buster's?" And she's like, there's no Dave& and Buster's here." And I'm like, "How am I gonna live?"
Dave and Buster's is going to love you. But I'll tell you something. What's really cool is where you're at in Prescott. It's beautiful there. And I think that you have so many opportunities to try something completely different that you would never saw yourself doing as a birthday party because you have a different environment. And so in a way I'm jealous because you get to try something new I didn't get to try. And I know there's people up there that are very great people I've met before, and I think that it's going to be a very welcoming environment for you. I think that you're going to have so many friends by the end of the year. Then when you get into your new summer next year, I know you're going to go to another house because you're in a temporary house right now, and that's going to be another change for you. But I think it'll be a lot easier because now you've already learned how to change, right? And you've learned how to do things different. So good for you.
Thank you. And also another struggle is in school. Um, you see a lot of insecurities about yourself, and like you're like, oh, this kid has this cool hair, or like, oh, this kid, oh my gosh, their shirt is so cool. Why didn't I think to get a shirt like that? And you start to gain a lot of insecurities about yourself. That's like the middle school kind of phase, I
Well,
guess you can
I'll
call
tell
it.
you something. I'm sure that somebody's probably thinking the same thing about you when they see your Mickey shirt or your bow in your hair, your cool earrings, right? Or your pretty smile. So I always tried to just be friends with as many people that would allow me to. And if they didn't want to be my friend, I would just leave them and let them do their thing, right? Because sometimes my best friends were people that never talked to me for the first few years. So maybe, don't worry about what everybody thinks, because we all know that you're just a kind, sweet person. And I think if you focus on just being a kind, sweet person, all of those other kids are going to start seeing that about you, and then they're going to want to be your friend, and they're going to want to take care of you and do that. But I think right now it's just hard because they don't know you, and when people meet new people, sometimes it's hard for them because they don't even know what to say. How do I talk to Isabella? I don't even know what to say. She's so cool. What if I am not cool and she doesn't think I'm cool, right? And so I think you're going to do fine with that.
hmm And another thing is sometimes in middle school, you get this feeling like if someone's like kids are laughing at something, and then you just get the immediate feeling that they're laughing at you, or like that everybody's watching you. Um it's called the imaginary audience, and a lot of kids go through that. And that's because they have a lot of insecurities. And that can lead to bullying, suicide, a lot of stuff.
Well, I think this, if you see somebody in your school that you feel people are treating wrong, then maybe try to be their friend and make them not feel the way that everybody else is making them feel. And when people see you're doing that and you're able to make that person feel better about themselves, that they probably will be like, I want to be Isabella's friend because that's cool that she cares about other people. And eventually, those bullies and the people that are creating the havoc, they usually, when everybody else kind of leaves them and they're standing there by themselves, sometimes they realize that maybe what they're doing isn't working because nobody cares. So if you don't give them the attention, they'll stop because that's what they're doing it for, right? So I
Right.
think you're going to be fine. You're very smart for the age that you're at, and you're a very kind person. So they're going to be able to realize that very shortly. But, the beginning of the year is always difficult because everybody's trying to figure everybody out. But you just have to figure out, who do you love as a person? And once you figure that out, then you'll be able to make your friends and find your friends very easily, and they will love being your friend. I know that for sure. And remember, you have two brothers that will come up to Prescott, and they will protect you if they have to. You know that. Alex and Landon, they miss you all the time.
Aw, that's sweet. I miss them
Well,
too.
Isabella, we're going to definitely come visit you, and we're glad that you and your mom and dad were able to get up there and have a successful move and have a great year. We'll see each other in about a month. We'll talk about more stuff. I want to see what's going on in about a month. But for now, thank you guys for listening in to Isabella Smith, Sounds of Autism Ambassador. She is working with us on bunch of different things, but the biggest thing is just teaching us about living life on a spectrum as a female, a young lady, because that's very unusual. And she's teaching you about, dealing with change that happens from moving to a new home to a new school. Thank you, Isabella.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.